I'm pretty sure we've done a railfan outing on every day of the week, except Sunday, and that would change today, September 11th, 2022, as we made the southbound drive to CSX's Yeoman Yard in Tampa. Hello again, rail fans, and welcome back to another railfan evening in the Tampa area. This afternoon, we've made the drive south to Tampa in search of the Tampa Street Runner, under the symbol of Y295. But that train wouldn't run for another couple of hours, so we listened for anything running in the vicinity. Pulling up at 50th Street, we knew that Amtrak 92 would be departing Tampa Union Station shortly, so we parked the car and set up at the old loading platform next to the tracks. In just seconds, a headlight appeared, but I soon noticed that this wasn't Amtrak, but some kind of freight. I knew that the Temple Terrace Rock local, under the symbol of L778 now, was still in the yard, and he's the only local that runs this portion of the A-line with 6-axle power. So who could this be? The answer was revealed as the crew called out a restricting at 50th Street as M442. What was M442 doing on this side of the A-line, much less south of the yard? Over more radio chatter, they apparently were turning their engines on the Navy Y in Ybor City, and this was the return trip to Yeoman. According to the crew of M442, the trailing engine, CSX-39, was supposed to lead tonight's 442. But PTC issues wouldn't let the locomotives run faster than 25 miles per hour. The 270-mile journey north from Tampa to Waycross at 25 miles an hour would simply be impossible, so they flipped the engines around to have CSX-15 lead, which had PTC operating at its normal standards. This is the first time I've ever seen power turned at Navy, and it was a nice catch. With 442's power transferring back onto seaboard trackage in the yard, Amtrak 92 would be calling the dispatcher, ready to depart TUS. At about the same time, local L755 called the dispatcher for a signal at TN interlocking, where 92 would be passing shortly.
Okay, I do have the northbound Amtrak line out of the station. He should be hitting there in about 2 minutes. If you just want to drag your feet up there, that's fine, and then we'll get across once he gets by you.
92 would cross TN in just about 2 minutes, as said by the JF dispatcher, and in about 5 minutes, 92 would pass us, with a nice consist of a P42 and one of Amtrak's Dash 8's number 514 trailing second. We'd have just enough time to drive south a bit and set up for that L755, as he was already moving over the diamond at TN the second 92 was passed. Today's 755 would have a solo Jeep 40-3 leading and about 25 autoracks, coming back empty from Drew Park in North Tampa. I don't have too many shots of this local, so it was nice to catch it again, entering Yeoman after a full day of work. I got the drone up in time to see 755 crawl into Yeoman. I really like this shot, as it shows how industrial this side of Tampa really is. I mean, just look to the right of 755's racks. Two massive industries that receive a few hoppers and boxcars a week, served by CSX and their numerous yard jobs out of Yeoman. To the left is Rosin Materials, a local business that receives boxcars and center beams of lumber weekly and ships them out to nearby customers. This is a side of railroading that is definitely underrated, but still extremely vital to the system. A swing to the north reveals the south end of CSX's Yeoman Yard, and if you look into the yard, you'll see a headlight, which we'd come to find out was our train of interest. 755 would finally get his train into the yard, which was our cue to start heading west towards downtown. After grabbing a quick dinner, we'd wait at Polk Street, where the old port spur runs right down the middle of the street. In about 30 minutes, 295 would call the dispatcher to depart.
295, 11, over. Yes, sir. It's lead engine 6556. Need to see about getting the line. Gonna cross new connection. Head downtown all the way. AC1 number is 83351. 83351. Today's day is 091122. Location SA41.0. Make Y295 11. Engine 6556. AR Gray. Circle line 1A. I've been on main track both directions between NAS10 main track and the milepost A81.7 main track. Over. That's correct. Location over. Tampa.
And just like that, 295 would depart Tampa, heading our way. This train has been on my bucket list for ages, at least since 2019 when I first discovered the line south of Tampa Union Station was still operational. For over 2 decades, this line has seen slow locals required to follow the 15-mile-per-hour speed limit over the entire trackage. And although some customers have disappeared and some grown, the line still sees about 3 evening runs a week, all from these trains like Y295, usually on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. 295 would stop at TUS to throw the station switch so he could proceed straight and not enter the station. His 7-car train would get rolling again quickly, however, and in moments he was rounding the corner onto Polk Street. The first thing that struck me about this train would be the incredibly loud horn that this Jeep 40 was equipped with. I bet the echo created by the surrounding skyscrapers didn't help either. 295 would have a normal Sunday consist today, and we'd follow him south a little ways. The traffic light garden that is South Tampa would make us jump onto the Selman Expressway, and as soon as we got up to speed, we got ahead. Hopping off at Bay to Bay Boulevard, we knew we'd lose our evening light fast. Pulling into the parking lot next to the tracks, I had just enough time to get the drone up and start filming. Y295 would be rolling south here, approaching the Rattlesnake Spur in just a few hundred feet, where I believe those 5 tank cars are destined for. With 295 vanishing into the evening darkness, we'd call it a night here. Quite a successful afternoon, if I may say. 4 trains in just under 4 hours. I hope you all enjoyed watching this little outing as much as I enjoyed filming it. But until we meet again, either in Central Florida or HO Scale, this is Christian from Multicolor Films. End of transmission.